Hello everybody, the Great Dino Ranger here again, back with another review. Today we're not going to be taking a look at anything Dominion related, but it is still Jurassic Park. We're going to be taking a look at a figure that I have been waiting for a long time. This is a figure that I've been constantly checking every single Walmart and Target and King Soopers I could find ever since this guy was revealed and released. But I finally got it. I managed to order it on Amazon, so that was a very, very lucky find indeed. I was afraid I was going to miss out on this unique species to Mattel's line. But anyways, we're going to be taking a look at the Jurassic World Dino Escape Tanystropheus, or the Fierce Force Tanystropheus. Now, we haven't really taken a look at anything Dino Escape related ever since last year, I believe. Last year was a lot of Dino Escape stuff, so we're going to be taking a look at another Dino Escape figure today. So, the Tanystropheus, such a cool figure, and I'm super happy to finally have it in my possession. And like I said, I was really afraid I was going to miss out on this guy. And as we all know, Kenner made a Tanystropheus for their Jurassic Park toy line, and now Mattel finally made one. I love how Mattel is, I'm pretty sure, taking inspiration from Kenner in terms of species and maybe colors. So Tanystropheus, sorry, excuse me, is such a unique addition that they've created. So I've already opened this guy because I had to use some hot water effect to loosen up the joints, but you know, I put it in here just for display purposes. We'll take a look at the packaging, and actually we can do that with the figure out. But here's the standard, you know, Dino Escape packaging that we've pretty much seen countless times, with the beautiful sunset and the islands and the jungle and the broken fences. Then you got Velociraptor Blue on there. And then you got the Dino Escape and Jurassic World logo. So on the back here, they just pretty much, other than like the logos and the fax app stuff, they just show the render of the figure and what it does. It has head striking action by just pushing down the tail. We'll take a closer look at that feature later on. And some other figures in the wave. Currently don't have these two. I'm not really interested in this Molophosaurus. When it comes to this guy, I'd rather have the new Camp Cretaceous variant, like in terms of design. And I'm not in a huge hurry to get this other Machikosaurus too, because I'd rather save up some money to get new species rather than just repaints. I do have this Styracosaurus though. But anyways, that's enough with the package. So let's take a look at the figure itself. So here is the Tanystropheus. And wow, this is such a cool figure. A very tall one too. Though again, that's a very unique characteristic of this prehistoric animal. This animal did live during the Triassic period and was much of an aquatic based animal, probably more of like a amphibian lifestyle, because it probably lived on land and then in the water. I was first introduced to this species from the Walking with Dinosaurs special, Chased by Dinosaurs. Oh wait, no, not Chased by Dinosaurs, Sea Monsters, which featured Nigel Marven. Yeah, truly awesome series. Definitely one of my childhood, and that was that was when I was first introduced to this species, was in that series. So this is pretty cool. We're gonna go over some detail here with the head. As you can see, the head here is filled with really nice scale detail, especially here on the underside. You got very fine sculpt work right there. And I know that the teeth are kind of, you know, they're a little thick, a little cartoony. I know a lot of people don't like that, but, you know, I'm not going to complain about it. It's not easy to make little tiny, sharp, you know, cone-like teeth that this animal would have had to spear fish. But if we open the mouth here, you know, we got some nice generic detail on the inside of the mouth. And I also didn't notice that there were some other small bits of teeth on the inside. You can see like on the bottom jaw there. See if I can get it to focus. So you got some on the bottom jaw and you got some on the top jaw. Unfortunately, they're not painted, but you know, it kind of gives some variety in terms of teeth. Nice sculpt work there. Nice big yellow eye. And then going down the neck is just filled with all this very nice sculpted detail, which I've been seeing a lot on Mattel figures lately. Like for example, the Shringosaurus, and then I believe also the Troodon also had it as well. So very nice sculpt work on here. Really good work, Mattel. And you got some nice little spines going on here, a unique feature. Some more of that beautiful sculpt work, and you got like these wrinkle folds, which are very common in modern reptiles as you see today, so that's a nice little touch. You know, it's pretty much the same on the other side too. And then coming onto the body here, very nice sculpt work going on here, and then some muscle definition as well as the ribs can be seen. Larger bumps can be seen on there too. Yeah, really nice muscle definition. Very muscular Tanystropheus. Here you got the legs. Nice detail. And here you got the four-toed hands here. Nice detail on them too. Even on the underside. And yeah, nice sculpt work on there too. It feels really real too. Other than being hard plastic, it actually feels like real reptile skin. And here you got the legs and feet. And then the tail with some more of those skin folds. Same thing goes with on the other side too. So yeah, very nice detail all over this Tanystropheus. I'm very impressed. Next we'll go with articulation. So as we kind of saw before, the jaw can open and close. And then you got a couple points up here. You got one towards the head, which this can turn. I'm assuming it, yeah, okay. So it can twist all the way around, and it can also go down like that. And then it also has a hinge right here, which can also twist too. And this can also bend down, so you can get some really crazy, like drinking pose, or like some sort of like neck pose. Very cool. Put that back up, and you can have it kind of like that, or you can have it maybe like turn. So that's pretty cool. You get some cool like different poses here. Very good for when I'm taking pictures. Put that back up there. And then the legs here can move forwards and backwards, and they're on a hinge so they can pivot in and out. They're kind of tight though, which is fine. I prefer them tight than loose. And the back legs can also move forwards and backwards, and these ones I believe can also, yeah, they can also pivot in and out. That's pretty cool. And then, you know, the same thing will go with on this side. So yeah, very nice range of motion. And then the tail is tied to an action feature. So that's basically it for articulation. And I quickly want to go over colors real quick before we get to the feature. Colors look really nice. I love the cool bluish, whitish colors it has on it. Very appropriate for an aquatic type animal. So yeah, the colors work really well. I like the transition from this white coloration, and it fades into like this bluish color. So that's pretty cool. I do like that. Now we're gonna get on to the action feature here with the tail, which basically all you have to do is push the tail down and it gives it like a neck strike. There you go. So that's pretty cool. I like that. If you want, we can even like have it like strike at some fish from like the water's edge, which is most likely what this animal did in real life. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Yeah, really impressed with this figure. But yeah, that's basically it for the action feature, and I think it works really well for this figure. Now, I will say though, as much as I was excited to finally get my hands on this figure, there is one thing that I dislike about this figure, and that is the very, very, very short tail. It's kind of way too small and would not have really helped balance the huge long neck that this guy has. In real life, the Tanystropheus had a longer tail, maybe not as long as the neck, but long enough to balance out, you know, everything else. So that's kind of a bummer. I really wish Mattel gave us a longer tail. Maybe they could have had it like curved to the side or curved upwards, but you know, that's all right, I guess. But you know what? This figure is awesome either way. So we're gonna take a look at some size comparisons. First up, we're gonna do it with a human figure. Here we got the Dominion Owen here. So yeah, I think these scale up very nicely. Not too familiar with how big Tanystropheus was. I'm going off with what Sea Monsters, that Walking with Dinosaurs special, showed us. So this looks pretty accurate to me. And then we'll take a look at another animal that's very similar to the Tanystropheus, but not related. Here we got the Plesiosaurus, which has a much shorter neck than the Tanystropheus. And then we're going to take a look at some other animals that Mattel has made that are really good with like the vibe that the Tanystropheus gives us, which I will explain what I meant in a second. But anyways, here's the Postosuchus. And then the Shringosaurus, which like I said is filled with some nice sculpted detail as well. So these two look very nice together, both from the same time period, along with the Postosuchus. And then we got the Scutosaurus. And then here we have the Dimetrodon, which this is the old version based off of the Lockwood Estate taxidermy statue. But I can't wait to get the new Dimetrodon based on the one from Dominion. So I'm really looking forward to that and doing a review on that one as well. So real quick, just want to compare it to Tanystropheus with all of these species right here. These all look really well together. I always like putting these types of animals together because these are like, they're not dinosaurs, but they're like the cool, like bizarre looking animals that lived primarily like in the Permian or Triassic stage. So these all look very well together. You know, Shringosaurus, Tanystropheus, Postosuchus, all Triassic, whereas Dimetrodon and Scutosaurus were Permian. But yeah, I liked when Mattel creates very obscure non-dinosaur species like this. Which I will say that Mattel definitely needs to do an Estimanosuchus. I believe I said that right. I also think that Mattel should also make a Ornithosuchus. Or they should make both of those species, only because Kenner made them, and I think it'd be really awesome for Mattel to have their own versions within this within their toy lines. And I also think that Mattel definitely also needs to make some sort of Gorgonopsid, whether if it's Lincolnops or Tanystropheus, whatever. But anyways, let's get back to Tanystropheus before I keep on nerding out about prehistoric life. One other comparison I like to do with this Tanystropheus is I like to compare it with my Carnegie Tanystropheus, which I know this one is in an S, or it has has its neck up, which is not accurate to the real animal, but it's the only way it'd be able to fit on my shelf. But yeah, you know, this one's more based on accuracy, and this one's just Jurassic Park. But I think they look pretty cool together. Two different companies, two different looks. As you can see, this one has a much longer tail than the Mattel's puny one. But you know, it is what it is. So everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Final thoughts on this figure: I think it's really cool. I love it. I'm super happy I have it and I can add it to my collection, and such a cool species to introduce into the Mattel line. And yeah, it's just a really nice figure. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again for the next video.